But yeah, the first question I'd love to ask is like, what is it that you desire most in life?
I probably desire security most in my life. Do you want me to elaborate on that?
Yeah, what kind of security?
I think security is it kind of encapsulates a lot of things. It's like job security, but also security in my relationships, in my life, just kind of having a safety net and comfort and, not having to be in a toss-up.
Sure. At what point in your life would you say you've reached that threshold where you're like, okay, in every measurement of my life, I've been able to experience security?
I think I'll be at that point, or I'll consider myself to be at that point when I have a steady job, I'm married, kind of just like white picket fence type life, like
The American dream?
the American dream type thing.
Got you. I think it's actually, let me just give it to you. Yeah. You can hook it on or you can speak into it if you want, or whatever. And I see that you have a cross around your neck. What role does faith have in your end goal in life?
Oh, did I do something? I think I clicked the button. And then it vibrated.
Oh, let me see. Take it off.
Sorry.
Okay, I think it's good. No, you're good. Yeah. So what role does faith have on that end vision in your life?
I think I would like it to guide me. In some ways it does. My main career goal is to help people. I want to be a doctor or possibly something in social sciences where I'm advocating for kids and advocating for God's children, the most innocent of us all. But ultimately I think I would love for it to guide me more.
Sure.
Yeah, it's easy to get taken into worldly things and to not be as into it as we should be and to live as Christ-like as you could, but I'm really trying. I've been getting really involved in campus religious stuff and things, so I'm excited to get a lot more involved in that.
Got you. What's been the biggest obstacle to your walk with Christ?
Probably the biggest obstacle is how much division there is in the world and hatred, and not just division in the worldly sense, but also even in the church. I grew up non-denominational, and then I started getting involved in an Orthodox church, and it was really surprising to me how much they kind of clashed when we're both supposed to be serving the same God.
Yeah.
So it's been difficult to try to find kind of the midpoint or to find where I actually want to be, because on one hand my whole family is Protestant, non-denominational, and that's where I grew up. On another hand, I really believe in orthodoxy and a more traditional approach to faith.
Sure. Would I be able to share about my experience with that?
Sure.
I think it's been an incredible journey, kind of weighing the pros and cons of ascribing to a specific faith tradition. And it's very rewarding because throughout history, Christians have wrestled with questions about doctrine. But what I came to is the centrality of Christ. Christology, which is a study of Christ, is what is common throughout all threads of different Christian denominations and practices. And although I think practicing a specific tradition is important, and depending on what you desire, it might give you the structure or lack thereof that's required for you to grow in your faith, I would say the biggest thing is learning that above all, that personal devotion in your heart towards God is a number one thing that needs to be cultivated in the life of a believer. Because at the end of the day, we've seen throughout history, and especially now, that traditions have failed us, that institutions have failed us, the Catholic Church has failed us, that the Orthodox Church has failed us, that Methodism has failed us. And so if you think about it, there's so many different traditions that have failed us, because when we trust in man's interpretation, it's subject to error, but when we trust in God's perfect interpretation that's revealed in our relationship with Him through the Holy Spirit, we can never fail. Does that make sense? And so, yeah, what would you say is like your goal in terms of your relationship with God? Do you have any goals where you want to be or things that you want to improve?
To just be better. Yeah. Like I said, it's kind of easy to get wrapped up in hate and to kind of indulge yourself in worldly things, but I think my main goal here is to deny myself more. And I mean, I think part of the challenge is that I'm in a whole new experience where, I could go to a party, I could date around, I could drink, I could do all these different types of things. But ultimately, that's not what I want in my life. I want to deny myself. I want to grow in that relationship. And so that's really kind of
What was the turnaround point for you, like between living for the world and living for Christ?
I think when I started getting more into Orthodoxy, to be honest,
Go ahead, sorry.
although I grew up in Protestantism and non-denominational churches and everything, I didn't feel a super strong connection to them because I felt like we never went as far as I would have wanted into the Word. And so when I started getting into Orthodoxy, I started also going to Bible studies more. I felt more connected to early Christianity, the type of Christianity that was personal. And that's when I started to feel a much deeper connection to the Word. And I just felt like that was the path that I wanted to take.
Got you. That's a great answer. Well, thank you so much for your time and for the interview.